Hello, Stephanie with She's a Busy Girl. How is everybody doing? I brought something fun to share with everyone today. If we're going to be stuck in the house, we need to have fun stuff to do. And this is a paper marbling kit that I ordered off of Amazon, and I will put a link to it in the description below because this thing is super cool, you guys. And this is what got me kind of actually, it was Nick the Booksmith. Nick the Booksmith started it with her paste paper tutorial, which I'll do another video on because that's super cool too. And then I did that, and I thought, oh, how else can I decorate paper? Because I've gotten kind of obsessed with decorating paper. And so that led me to marbling. And before I went out and bought a big setup and everything else, I at least wanted to give it a shot, just try something out. And this little kit was just the perfect thing. So when you get this little guy and you open it up, it's got some tools in here. It's got a little 15 grams of Carnation, whatever the heck it is. Anyway, it's a seaweed extract that makes water thicker so that you can float paint or ink on top of it. It's got a little instruction booklet here that kind of takes you through the whole thing, and these little ink bottles and a few little tools and everything. And it does come with some paper, but it's kind of heavier watercolor paper, and I never did care for how the prints turned out on that. I just cut regular old coffee. Can you tell where I'm at today? I just cut regular old copy paper in half because it's a smaller tray. And it works beautifully on this as well. So that's what I use. And then it does have a little white marbling tray here, and I've already got Carrageenan water in there, so that's all set to go. We're just going to get our inks out of here, and I thought we would make a few prints so you guys could kind of see how this works. This is a relatively inexpensive little kit excuse me, on Amazon. And it's a good way to kind of get your feet wet. And god darn, these things are in here pretty good. It's got a bunch of colors. It's got primary colors, a couple different shades of blue, but then it's also got purple, and there's some brown and white. And here is a burgundy color that's, oh, you can't see that, can you? Yeah, because I'm brilliant. A burgundy color there. Here is a teal color. And then it's got kind of this really bright green, but this one I have found spreads out really quickly. So I don't use that one very often just because it sort of excuse me. Good Lord, I got a frog in my throat. It sort of pushes all the other colors out of the way. So I'm going to bring you down a little bit here. I don't mean to make you dizzy. I'm sorry. Just trying to get you centered up. Okay. And so now we've got our tray of Carrageenan water, and I've got a little straw here. But what I'm going to do is start out with just putting some ink on the water. And this is Carrageenan water, and it does come with some Carrageenan. But this is how easy it is, guys, to get started. See, you just put some dips on there, and there's a bubble. We're going to pop that because that does not look nice in your design. All right, so that was teal. Let's go with some burgundy. Let's do burgundy next. And I'm just doing really simple little blops of color here, and we'll mix it up in a minute. All right, there's some burgundy. I like that. What else should we put in? Let's put some white in there just to give it some contrast. How is everybody holding up with the staying at home and yeah, staying at home. I like to stay at home until somebody tells me I have to. And then I'm like, oh. Goofy girl. All right. So we put some brown in there as well. And let's get in here and pop some of these bubbles because we've got a few. There we go. There's a bubble. I'm sorry, guys. I know that camera is shaking. Pop bubble. Okay. There we go. All right. So here's one in the brown too. Let's pop that bubble. Okay. So we've got our paint on the water, and now I'm just going to take this straw and kind of go through it in this kind of a direction here. Just sort of making, I guess, a zigzaggy design. I don't know what else you'd call it. Actually, I think there's very specific names for this type of thing when you're doing paper marbling, like real paper marbling. All right, I'm going to come back through here like this. Can move some more of that color around. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, so there we go. That looks really pretty. Ah, I like it. Okay, so let's get a piece of our copy paper here. And I kind of hold it by opposite corners. And then I lay one down. And the trick is to not stop once you start laying it down, because you'll get a ridge in your design that is not attractive. And then we're just going to kind of push it in, make sure that the design gets on everything. Okay. I've just got kind of a piece of cardboard over here. And let's lift it up. And oh my gosh. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Check it out, guys. Check out that gorgeous print. Check it, check it. It is beautiful. And I've got some fingerprints on it. Haha. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's set that over here. Now, I would suggest that you rinse them once you've printed them, just to get that carrageenan off of it. All right, so you can even do ghost prints with this, because there's still quite a bit of ink in the water. So let's see if we can pull some of it out here and swirl it up. This gives you a much lighter print, clearly. All right, let's see what we get for this. See what we get, see what we get. Lay that down and, oh, now there's our Easter egg print. There's our Easter egg, and she drops it in the carrageenan again. Jeez, crow. All right, there's our Easter egg print. So, and with this little kit, now when you're doing like acrylic paper marbling, you need to clean the surface of your carrageenan regularly. But with this, I don't tend to do that. I just kind of go right back in and start again. Now the one thing, yes. I thought the one thing I forgot was paper towels, but I stamp in here. I have baby wipes. Okay, so I just tend to go right back in and start again. And let's do some green here. Let's do some green. And this time we're gonna be less precise about how we lay out the color. So let's do some green. Let's do some purple. Just gonna drop it everywhere. There we go. So green and purple, and let's do some orange. That will be fun. I like orange. I like orange. Okay, and let's do some of the darker blue color. There's a couple of different blues. One's more of a, oh look, there's a dog hair. Dog's got to be part of everything around here. Excuse me. All right. And we're just going to kind of fill in with this darker blue. No, we're not. We're just going to put it all over the darned place. We'll swipe it all around. Okay. So there's 4 colors. And I found that if I use more than about 4 colors at a time, it starts to get really muddy. So I don't want to do that. All right. Let's start doing our design. Like so. There we go. I'm going to come over and I'm just going to start doing this now. Swirly whirly. And I'm going to pull some of this yellow toward the center there. Okay. Now I do still have bubbles that will not pop with my straw, so I'm going to stab them with a toothpick. Pop, you son of a gun. See, that one saw me coming and popped all by itself. Okay, let's get our paper and get a print of this. Then we'll see what we have left over and get a ghost print of that. Okay, I think that one definitely needs to be rinsed. That's a little muddy. So let's set that one aside and let's take all this extra. This might be a lesson in less is more. That's what this might be. All right, let's move this to the center. Let's get some more colors in there. Just kind of mix it up. There we go. Let's pull some of that green in. All right, there we go. There's such a thing as messing with it too much, I think. All right, and let's get our ghost print. That corner down. And, oh yeah. I really like that one. Very pretty. Ooh, I like it, I like it. All right. But that is this little marbling kit. There might even be enough paint in here still to do yet another if we swirl it around enough. Because you know I gotta mess with everything. I'm a messer. All right, let's see. Let's see. One more time. One more time. Okay. Let's pull it back up. Oh, yeah. Yep. So you can really get a lot out of this. Pretty, pretty. Oh, my goodness gracious. I cannot hold on to anything. All right. So that is this little marbling kit, and I will put some pictures at the end of this video so you can see how they came out once I rinsed them and cleaned them up a bit, because I've got a couple that are just muddy. So that is that. Link for the kit below if you like this, and I will be back in the not too distant future to show you some of the things that I've made with these prints. So have a good day. Bye, guys. Okay, so I am back with the prints that we made, and they are dry, and I've kind of put them under some books to flatten them out a bit, and I'll tell you, I am learning about marbling as I go along, and so as you will see here, when I rinsed this, because I used a heavy carrageenan, I learned some lessons about that too. When I rinsed this paper is not treated. And so the ink or paint in the kit, it does stay, unless of course you start rinsing it, and then it starts to come off. So this was an absolutely gorgeous print, that I essentially ruined by rinsing it. So, and there's that one. And as you can see, this was the really dark blue one that we did. And it got really faded and washed out when I rinsed it. And this was the second one off of that. I didn't rinse it, but you can see where the color kind of pooled, and just got muddy. So it's nice looking, yes. And I'll be able to use it for tags and cards and that type of thing. But I mean, it just didn't turn out just so. And here is the tertiary print that we did with that one. Now it's much lighter and it got washed out as well with the rinsing. Now this is the secondary print we did of this one. And it, of course, is very light and washed out. And then this is another one that I did, and I did not rinse it. And you can see that it just kind of bled all over the place. So, yeah, there's a secondary of this same yellow and red design. So, and then this one I actually really loved, and I did not rinse it, so you can see how it just kind of bled all into everything. But yeah. So, and I think I know why this happened. Because I mixed my carrageenan almost a week ago before I used it. And it just got really, really thick and goopy. I think I need to mix it the night before I want to use it. And then it stays the right consistency. And so, but for these guys, what I do with these, because here is some that I did when I had the carrageenan the right consistency. And you can see if I got too much ink on the surface, that it got still bled. But these I did not rinse at all. I just took them off the surface of the pan and set them right on some plastic on my dining room table. And so, yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. See what happens when you hesitate? Not exactly sure how I did that. But yeah, so these are just some others that I have made here recently. I do like that one, but it's kind of washed out. So, and this is my psychedelic one. Yes. So those are some that I've made here recently. And then this is kind of what I do with them. So I'm not too awfully concerned about them being absolutely perfect. So yeah, I put them on a tag. Now this is a tag I cut from ivory colored cardstock. So I put them on a tag and I just sort of decorate. So here are some Tracy Fox labels. There's a Tracy Fox printable. I think that is as well. There's some handmade paper on both of those. But yeah, I made tags out of them. And let's see. Here's kind of a bookmark piece that I made out of a marbled piece that I did like these little guys. So, well, then I did some regular marbling today, some acrylic marbling. And I thought I would give this drawing paper a try as my paper. And so I did treat this drawing paper with alum. But it's just not really going to work. I mean, it held the paint. You can see it got a little faded in certain areas, but it did hold the paint for the most part. So there's one. That's actually the first one I did. And then when I pulled that off, I went back and swirled the paint around some more. This is another piece of drawing paper. But then on my next print, I decided to use my actual print paper. And so I did this stone pattern in blues. I really like the way that one turned out. And then I did this stone pattern with yellow as well. So yeah, those are my marbles for today. But again, I was having difficulty because the carrageenan was so thick. And the other lesson that I learned is don't pre-mix a bunch of paint because, and I'm using Master's Touch and from Hobby Lobby and whatever the one is from Michaels. So not artist grade paint. We're not talking Golden or Grumbacher or whatever, but a better grade paint than like the craft paints from Walmart. Yeah, if I pre-mix them and I leave them for any period of time, they separate to the point I just can't get them put back together. And the fact of the matter is when I'm mixing them up, I'm really only using about 6 grams of paint. So yeah, I try to do enough printing that I use up the paint for the most part. So yes, these were my attempts for today. My carrageenan was too thick and too gloopy. And my paint was just separating. Sometimes some of the paints were separating. Some of them were spreading really, really well, and others were not at all. I don't know if you can see the really light yellow dots in there. Those did not disperse. I mean, those are just areas that the paint did not disperse at all. So I am learning as I go, and I'm getting better though. I'm kind of getting to where I understand how the mix works and how some disperse better than others and how to make all that happen. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working on it and I'll keep showing you guys what I make. Anyhow, that is it for today. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying healthy, and I look forward to spending time with you again soon. Bye now.